are in tractor heaven here. I mean, there's tractors everywhere. We're on our second road trip this weekend. We are officially in the market. We are looking at the Magnums. We really want a Magnum is what we really want. But we need one with row crop tires on there with the right spacing and the right price. Our budget is about anywhere from that $30,000 to $50,000 range. This is, we can buy a higher hour tractor, but we are looking more at like the 7,000 to 10,000 hours since we don't do that much. So we can afford, or we can buy one of those higher hour tractors and be fine. Love it so much. Don't worry, I'm under parent supervision. Okay, so we are here and there is 4 different tractors sitting here. We got a 285, a 210, a 255, and another 255. Each one of them have their goods and their bads, and we're just trying to get our head wrapped around which one is which. Okay, this one has this problem, this one has this problem, but this one does this and this one doesn't do that. And trying to get our head wrapped around, and we're trying to pick out the ones that we want. Like specifically the one I'm sitting in right now is having a clutch growling sound and doesn't have the air conditioner working. So it's probably the one we don't want. Not really the air conditioner, but the clutch growling. That could be a issue in the future. That one over there that my dad's sitting in has auto steer, so it's probably gonna bring more. It's probably in the best condition out of all of them, but it's gonna be the most expensive. This one sitting right there has really skinny tires on there, and it works good, and everything works on it except the 3-point hitch. But it's a 210, so it's 40 horsepower less than all of them, and it doesn't have a weight package on the front. So it's a really personal preference. You just have to weigh out, okay, this is what I want, this is the amount of money I want to spend, let's see what we can get. No words. I'm speechless. There's no words. It was way more than a dream. This is my little sister Alex. She is the one that does not do much farming at all, right? We just got out of Lambert's. We are in Sikeston, Missouri, and we just looked at all our tractors and ate some lunch. And now we are headed back home, but we are in the market for another big tractor, and those are what we are looking at. We want to go above the 7140 and the 5488 and all that, just because those tractors are nice, and yes, we have access to them if we need them, but we don't want to use them because they're not our tractors, so if we break it's a whole mess. Point I'm getting to is we need a bigger tractor. The 1486 works for us, but we need something bigger that we can grow into and grow with, and that is what we're looking at. So they sell in about a week and a half, I think. So we'll just see how it goes. Here we are. We're ready to roll. We got all the tires checked. That's hooked up to the truck. We made sure we put a pin in between the hitch and the planer and the tongue. We made sure none of the lids are gonna fall off. Should be good to go, right? Nothing should ever go wrong. We're home. Look, another thing to work on. The crazy wheel has not acted that crazy, but only a couple of times. So long story short is we needed to buy another planer of some sort, one way or another. The reason we bought that planer is because it has that splitter on the back. We didn't want the original planer. We just wanted the splitter, but the original planer came with the splitter, so it was you had to buy the planer. The reason we bought it was because in our bean ground we wanted to do 15-inch beans, and we tried doing that with a 30-inch row planer, and we double crossed everything, but I mean it was taking forever And we said, no more. We have to do something different for next year. And there's what we're doing different for next year. And we're gonna keep the planter we have, and we'll have a corn planter, and then we'll run a bean planter. Unfortunately, that planter is not in great shape, so we're gonna have to do a full tear down on it and redo the opening disc, some gauge wheels. The road cleaners need to be moved. The good thing is that planter already is set up for liquid fertilizer, so we don't have to worry about that. And it's got road cleaners on it, and it has the updated closing wheel system. But yeah, that's why we ended up with it. So now we have it for next year, and it was only 30 minutes away from our house, so you don't have to pay shipping on it. You can go get it. So it is an extremely lucky find. We're extremely blessed to be able to find it. Just hopefully the tear down and we don't find anything else wrong with it. Sadly, I've gotten to miss a lot of planting. I've only been able to witness about a quarter of all our acres being planted, and that is because of my day job. It's very difficult sometimes, really difficult, and very, very time consuming. We're having to windrow all those barns now because our part came in, and we haven't filmed any of it yet, but we are going to. And it's time consuming too, so that's where I've been in the afternoons. We planted all of our Stewart beans out right over there, so we're excited to see how they're gonna do. We had 10 bags of Stewart and 2 Pro boxes of Dyna-Gro. But if you remember, I think we could get a replay of it here. This tractor dropping a tote on the ground. Can we get a replay here, Emerson? I'm assuming the plan's gonna be we're gonna take the Pro box and stick it over that half Pro box right there and dump some of it in there, and then half up the weight. I'm assuming that's the plan. I've not been told otherwise, or been told a plan at all.
Beautiful, blessed day so far here. The sun's shining. It's supposed to be pretty warm, and we're back planting beans. We're going to try to get a lot knocked out today, but one thing I was going to show you is we run row cleaners. They're Martin row cleaners on there, and they work really good. They have their downfalls, but a lot of ups. But one of the things that they do in tilled ground is this field, this is a wet area in the field. 95% of the other field's ready to go. This one stays wet, so you get some clods. But those row cleaners will come through, and a lot of times they will roll these bigger clods out of the way. You know, that some of it doesn't, but a lot of the bigger stuff, it'll roll out of the way, and you can actually see how it throws it to the middle. And we are hopefully on our last day of planting. We've got 9 acres left, and since we double planted, so that means 18 acres. I've been getting about 45 acres a day. It takes me about 9 hours because these aren't big square fields, so it takes a while around everything, and this one is probably the most cut up that there is. Well, what is this? Laying out in the field. It seems that we've lost something. Anybody else around here lose a John Deere 7000 gauge wheel? Anybody else out here? Anybody? Any takers? Well, I guess it's ours. It seems to be like we're the only John Deere 7000 planter out here at the time, so I'm assuming it's ours. Why did you fall off for? Why?
Did you have an exciting day of planting, and after you got done, you got to make trips around the field in the Pioneer picking up your parts?
No, I found some along the way.
That's a new tire. I found some of that tire on the road still.
Yeah, I still hadn't found that piece that came off.
At least you found your gauge wheel. It's sitting right there.
You only really need one. I mean, we're in no-till. It's not going that deep. So we only needed one, so. I was by myself, and I wasn't coming home for one gauge wheel off.
Or coming home for the third time.
And I didn't come home when the tar blew out going down the road. Because what do you need those tires for? Turning. It's a 6-row planter with 4 tires on it. I think it was fine with 3. It lasted for like 20 acres. It was fine. And most of the tar was gone by the time I changed it.
Yep, that's been the story of this planting season. One that I will not remember because I've not been here most of the time. So yeah, that's been the story of our planting season. Things falling off the planter, things breaking on the tractor, tires flopping on the road. If somebody came out here, we could have made like a, what are that thing's called? Like a scavenger hunt? A farming parts.
Some of them are still in the field. They can still go find them.
Yeah, like a scavenger hunt of farming parts. Where did we farm at this year? Just follow the trail and you'll know. The cylinders we put on here, those things work amazing. They really help out. With those things on there, the planter's lifted up higher than it's ever been before. And just like that, planting 2023 is complete. We're jumping ahead a couple weeks here in time, and we've had crappy weather. It's been rain, and it's not been soft rains. It's been heavy downpours, like 2 inches in an hour, and it's been pretty nasty. A lot of the beans are sitting underwater right now in our bottom ground. So it looks like you guys are gonna get to see some replant, unfortunately. So I'd like to say thank you guys for all the support you've shown through the planting season and all the stuff we've gone through. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more. God blessed us with a good row of good, dry, hot days to get planted. Unfortunately, those days ended after we got everything in the ground, and now we really need some sun to come out is what we really need. But it's all in God's timing, so I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. So there's something I want to try doing here, and this will be in every other video, or just on the videos that come out on the weekend. We'll do a little devotional thing at the end of every video. So as Christians, our job is to share the gospel, to grow closer to God and share the gospel to the ones who do not know about Jesus. And also, we often pray for the opportunities to be able to work for God and help Him out. But when that opportunity comes, we back down. And you guys have done it. I've done it. Everybody's done it all the way around. If you're human, you've done it. So what I'm telling you, to you guys and also to myself, don't back down. Share His word. Don't get scared. Obviously, I'm reaching a whole lot more people on the internet through this than I would be just me going around talking to people. But sometimes talking to people is a better way of communication from me through a camera onto the internet. Obviously, I reach a lot more people, but you never know when you're talking to that right person, or you hit the right person that needs it the most at the right time. You never know how that can change their life. So my lesson is to you, don't be scared. Share His word. I'm not going to go into it, but our world definitely needs it in the shape it's in. But anyways, guys, that's a wrap on planting 2023. I appreciate you guys for all the support. Videos will continue to come out. We got all summer long. We go all year round. Farming, poultrying, if that's a word. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope they enjoy it. Remember, faith, family, farming. See you in the next one.